In a quiet town, there lived a brother and sister named Daniel and Emma. They grew up in a small house with their parents. Their family did not have much money, but they had a lot of love. Daniel was 3 years older than Emma. When they were children, Daniel always protected his little sister. He walked her to school. He helped her with homework. He shared his lunch with her when she was hungry. As the years passed, Daniel and Emma grew up. Daniel became a teacher in the same town. Emma moved to a bigger city to study nursing. Even though they lived far apart, they called each other every week. Their bond never became weak. One year, Daniel began to feel very tired all the time. At first, he thought it was just stress from work, but the tiredness did not go away. He also noticed swelling in his legs and difficulty breathing. His wife convinced him to see a doctor. The doctor ran many tests. After a few days, the results came back. The doctor sat Daniel down and spoke gently. "Daniel, your kidneys are failing. Both of them are damaged and they are not working well anymore. You will need dialysis treatment to stay alive, but the best solution for you would be a kidney transplant." Daniel felt his whole world stop. He had a wife and 2 young children. He thought about his students at school. He thought about his parents, who were already old. How could this be happening to him? The doctor explained that finding a matching kidney donor was not easy. Family members were often the best matches, but even then, the blood type and tissue type needed to align closely. Daniel's parents were too old and had health problems of their own. Doctors said they could not be donors. When Emma heard the news, she took the first train home. She sat beside her brother's hospital bed, holding his hand. "Daniel, I want to be tested," Emma said. "Maybe I can be your donor." Daniel shook his head firmly. "No, Emma, I won't let you do this. You have your whole life ahead of you. What if something happens to you during the surgery? What if your own kidney fails one day? I cannot ask you to take this risk for me." "You didn't ask me," Emma said calmly. "I'm offering. There's a difference." Despite Daniel's protests, Emma went to the hospital the next morning for testing. The medical team ran blood tests, tissue matching tests, and several scans over the next 2 weeks. Emma waited anxiously for the results, praying that she would be a match. Finally, the transplant doctor called Emma into her office. "Emma, I have good news. You are a strong match for your brother. Your kidney is healthy and your blood type is compatible. If you choose to proceed, you could be his donor." Emma felt a wave of relief and joy. She immediately called Daniel. "I'm a match," she said, her voice trembling with happiness. There was a long silence on the phone. Then Daniel spoke, his voice breaking. "Emma, are you sure about this? This is a major surgery. There are risks for you, too." "I have never been more sure of anything," Emma replied. "You gave me my lunch when I was hungry as a child. You walked me to school every single day. Now, let me give something back." In the following weeks, Emma met with the transplant team many times. They explained every detail of the surgery to her. They explained that a person can live a full, healthy life with only 1 kidney. They also explained the small risks involved, including the risks of any major surgery. Emma listened carefully to all of it, but her decision did not change. The night before the surgery, Emma and Daniel sat together in the hospital room. Their parents had come to be with them. Nobody spoke very much. Words felt too small for what was happening. Finally, Daniel broke the silence. "Emma, I don't know how to thank you for this." Emma smiled softly. "You don't need to thank me. This is what family does for each other." The next morning, both siblings were taken into surgery at the same time in operating rooms next to each other. The surgery took several hours. The surgical team carefully removed Emma's one kidney and transplanted it into Daniel's body, connecting the blood vessels with great precision and care. When Emma woke up in the recovery room, the first thing she asked the nurse was, "How is my brother? Is he okay?" The nurse smiled and said, "The surgery went very well. His new kidney is already working. He is stable and resting." Tears of relief filled Emma's eyes. Over the next few days, both Daniel and Emma recovered in the hospital, in rooms close to each other. Daniel's color slowly returned to his face. The swelling in his legs began to disappear. For the first time in months, he had energy again. When Emma was strong enough, she visited her brother's room in a wheelchair. He held her hand tightly. "I have a piece of you inside me now," Daniel said, smiling through his tears. "It's not just a piece of me," Emma said gently. "It's a piece of our whole family, our whole life together. It was always meant to be shared." Weeks later, both siblings were fully recovered. Daniel returned to his classroom, healthier and stronger than he had been in years. Emma returned to her nursing career, now with an even deeper understanding of what her patients and their families went through. She often shared her own story with worried family members considering organ donation for a loved one. Years passed. Daniel's children grew up hearing the story of their Aunt Emma, who gave their father the greatest gift possible, a chance at a longer, healthier life. On family gatherings, Daniel would often look at his sister across the table and simply say, "Thank you." And Emma would just smile, because between them, those words held an entire lifetime of meaning. Moral of the story: true love often means giving a part of yourself for someone else's well-being. Family bonds built on sacrifice and care can overcome even the greatest challenges.